What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal has always been balance. Love what you do. It's not about the money.
Right.
It's not about going to school and getting an education to see how much money you can make. It's about how happy you can be in life.
Hey guys, welcome back to Biz Insider. I'm your host, Adi Vaknin. Today we have Sharon Sharabi back with us to enlighten us with a little bit of life coaching growth quote, if you will. He is going to be giving us his inside reasoning behind how he wakes up in the morning and is ready to take on the world, how he wakes up with that beast mode, what he does with his personal life for that, and a little bit about financial investment advice for you guys, and also maybe a little bit of comedy. So let's get started.
Oh, comedy's always good.
Comedy's great. We were talking behind the scenes before. You told me you wanted to tell me about technology. So I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know how good he is with technology, which is why we're going to start it off with this funny joke.
Well, I mean, technology is great, but it's not for everybody. Definitely not for me. So, no, all jokes aside. So there's a good joke. This guy's going to get a job, and he goes inside, gets dressed, starting his first job. Goes inside, he goes, "Hi, I'm here to apply for the janitor position." So the guy's interviewing him, and background, what do you do? Have you worked before? No, it's my first job. He goes, "Look, we have other candidates, but give me your email, we'll get back to you." He goes, "I don't have an email." So he goes, "Sorry, okay." And the guy leaves disappointed, so disappointed. His first job. Okay, goes outside, he sees this guy sitting and selling strawberries. He goes, "Huh." He goes, puts together a couple bucks, buys a box of strawberries, sits outside, starts selling strawberries, another, 12 pack, 24 pack, this. All of a sudden, he's making money. So he said, "You know what? Why don't I buy a strawberry farm?" He buys a strawberry farm. Then he starts becoming a distributor and selling more strawberries and just supermarkets and, just expanded his business tremendously. All of a sudden, years go by. He said, "You know what? It's time for me to sell and relax, have a good time, enjoy my time." So he goes. He's got, additional people who are interested in the business. Puts them on the table. They start talking. He said, "Look, we're ready to buy. We're going to make you an offer." He said, "All right, I'm excited. Let me know. You know exactly the numbers." He said, "Give us your email and we're going to send you the offer." He says, he looks at them and says, "If I had an email, I'd still be a janitor." I'm sure you've heard that. I'm sure you've heard that one before.
I did. Yeah, it was a while, but yes.
Yes.
You know what?
So that's technology.
So for all you janitors out there,
that's technology, baby. Gotta work.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's your ultimate vision about where your development is going? We started our first podcast that we did together. You told me how you started with the jewelry business, how you went into your first development, and a little bit about what you do today. But what is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is not like everyone else's goal. My ultimate goal has always been balance. Love what you do. It's not about the money. You don't do podcasts because of money.
100%. I don't do podcasts because of money.
You do it because you love it.
Right.
And it's not about going to school and getting an education to see how much money you can make. It's about how happy you can be in life. Everybody goes through the same thing. At times we sit and we think we're alone going through the same struggles, the same, happy stories, sad stories, whatever it is, adversities, but everybody goes through the same thing.
Right.
And, as human beings, you have to stop and pat yourself on the back sometimes and say, "You know what? I'm living, I'm working hard, I'm raising a family, love my children, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do." And that's what you should be proud of. Give yourself also time for, self-build that you deserve, time you deserve naturally.
Mm-hmm. What do you do to self-build? How do you enjoy life? What's your
I'm a,
picture of balance?
everybody's different. I'm a little bit more unique and maybe a little bit more eccentric and crazy. I love people. So for me, going to work and hanging out with people that I work with on the job sites, for me, it's a party. So every day is a party. Not most people like it.
Right.
Sometimes,
Not
people,
everybody's
some
made
people
for
that
that
might
for
be,
sure.
introverts or, you have different personalities that, not everything is for everybody. That's why these podcasts are so great is because you have so many different characters and so many different businesses and so
You
many
can
different
learn a lot. You
a
can
lot.
learn a lot for
But
sure.
most important is learn how to be happy in whatever you do. Don't forget to be happy. You're such a short period of time on this earth to do something you don't like or to think what somebody else has or how do I get that? Who cares?
Right.
Care about what you have, care about your goals, how you can become better than you were yesterday, and make sure you live this world a better place than you found it. And that's all that matters. Nothing matters. Chasing is that's what dogs do, not humans.
Right.
So learn how to be yourself, learn how to develop yourself in everything that you do. That's what I try to do. you know it's to sit here and tell you, I wake up 5:30 in the morning, I work out, I give my this. That's who cares?
Right.
I don't think anybody cares.
I mean, listen, you know what? Some people don't do that. Some people wake up at 8, they brush their teeth, have a cup of coffee,
And God bless
and they're
them.
out the door.
God bless them.
But
That's the best.
I
If
don't,
they're
me
happy,
personally, I don't think that they have that fight in them for the whole day.
who says everybody's got to fight? Not everybody.
Not everybody's successful, for sure.
No, it's
Right.
not about successful. Not everybody's a boxer. Not
Right.
not everybody's an MMA fighter. Not some people don't want to fight. Some people
Right.
are extremely happy. I pray for my children every day. And in my prayers I say, I want my kids to be happy. That's the number one. Who prays for
Right.
if you pray for kids, I hope my kids are rich. That's
No,
the
I don't,
dumbest
I
thing that
don't
you
know.
can pray
I don't know
for.
if people
It
say, oh, my
might
kids
be
are
one
rich,
of the
healthy,
things.
happy, things like that. Yeah.
Happy.
Right.
If you're happy, you're the richest man in the world. I can show you a lot of people that have money that are depressed.
How do you think that affects their life? Like they
depression?
have they have all the money in the world. They can do whatever they want. But the fact that they're not 100% happy.
The fact that they're not 100% happy is something that obviously, remember, we're nobody's clown. I'm not here to amuse
Entertain, right?
I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm here to live my life. So it's not about you create your own happiness. And the way you create your own happiness is by not creating certain goals that set you up for failure and then for disappointment.
Right.
Just be happy and do everything that you possibly can. Don't you all you have is one day. Tomorrow is gone, yesterday is gone, and tomorrow is not here yet.
Right.
So if you have only today, how am I going to be happy today? If making money makes you happy, then make money.
Right.
But the thing is that what happens when you make money and you find out, okay, now I have money, and now I don't need any more money. So then, now what's my happiness? It's this. I heard a beautiful quote, this from a monk. And he said, decades ago, people used to use things and love people. Today, we love things and use people. And
wow.
The thing is that the most important thing
I
is
feel
that
like social media totally does that. 100%.
100%.
And
the thing
people
is
are trying to strive to get, oh, look what they have, look what they have, look what they have. Who can I use to get there?
100%. Live in reality. It's, and the way you create your own reality is by understanding what's important. And it's the only way you reach happiness. So I,
so beyond financial success, because yes, you might not do it for the money, but at the end of the day, you got to put your kids in school. You got to feed your family.
Sure.
You got to put a roof over their head, right? So,
sure.
But beyond financial success, what legacy do you hope to leave? Like, what is the reason why you're doing what you're doing?
I think, I do what I do because, it's part of creation. God doesn't say, wake up one day and say, okay, guys, thank you very much. That's it. This is where I'm going to stop. You have to continue. You have to continue to create. You have to continue to do what you're good at. So, and what you're passionate about. So it's not about doing it, I don't have the money, because if anybody says, I want to make X amount of money. Okay, you made it. Now what? Now you're going to stop?
Some people have a dollar goal. When I make $50,000 a month, I'm retiring.
I promise you, whoever makes $1 wants two. Whoever makes two wants four. Whoever has four wants
But
eight.
when do you reach that happy medium? Like, okay,
when you do what you love, Adi.
Right.
I mean, if you do what you love, when do you stop? Never, because you love it. You know, if you did it for a specific goal,
Right.
it's like a finish line. If you're running a marathon, you get to the finish line, you're done. You stop running.
Correct, but your business is very risky, meaning you're continuously investing money in more and more projects. So
Yes.
it's not a passive job. It's an active job. You're there every day on the field, investing millions of dollars, whether it's from your, capital investment company or whether it's from, your personal investments, but it's a continuous thing. So it's not something you can say, okay, I'm happy and I can continue doing this, because it's sort of a chase.
It's a chase. I mean, as humans, we're all crazy.
Right.
To some aspect. I mean, none of us are sane. We're all insane. We don't create our own reality in our mind and think that that's the way everybody should live their life. No, nobody can tell you why they do anything and for what reason, or they had a game plan how to become the next billionaire. There's no plan. God leads you to whatever he thinks. You're a vessel. So through you is what he wants to do, or how he wants to distribute the wealth to other people, or for you to affect people in certain ways. And everybody has different gifts in different ways.
Right.
Money is just a tool. It's like people say, oh, money's evil, money's this. Money is neutral. It's what you do with the money is what counts. You can do good with money. You can do bad with money. You have the control.
For sure. So you do as much good as you can.
Always.
So
as much as I
as much as you can, yes. So for people that are watching and are in, whether it's real estate or business, you do a lot of philanthropy. So like you do a lot of, donations, or you do, I think you guys have like an outreach program that you guys work on.
Mhm.
Is that something that you think benefits your business? It's a two-way street, or you feel like it's a one-way
well,
street?
the outreach is my wife's
Mhm.
part. God bless her; she's incredible. Any, our wives is the backbone of the house. Every man should wake up and give his wife a huge kiss, because men are not easy to deal with. Not that women are easy, but men lives in their own world, and which really, I mean, deservingly right. I mean, a man does have a lot on his plate. There is stress that comes with everything, but a good woman that supports her husband, she basically gives him the energy to go and conquer the world. You know, you need a good woman, and women, in my book, are number one.
There are some women that will say they have just as much stress
Absolutely.
because they want to work and they want to this. Not everybody's, stay at home, or not everybody takes care of children or does, PTA and all that stuff.
I'm not going to comment on that. I told you, it's whatever is good for someone is good for someone.
Right.
But my wife and I hope we have the perfect marriage. Um, I cherish my wife. She's the most incredible person, most understanding, respectful, smart, always there to help her husband in whatever I want to do, which is incredible. You can't ask for anything more. And I hope for everyone that they.
So we're gonna get her on the podcast to ask her about the outreach
Absolutely,
program.
she's smarter than me. That's why she married me.
Yes. Listen, you have to be. You have to have a smart wife behind you if you want to move forward. Yes.
Absolutely.
So you don't just do the real estate. You've gone into another part of the industry, even though it is real estate, but it's a business venture. So you started going into the hotel development, but you also put a restaurant on the rooftop of your hotel. G7, by the way, best food ever. Why did you get into food?
Everybody's got to eat.
They always say if you hate somebody, bless them to open a restaurant. That's like the worst business to get into.
Why?
Now I know you're not behind, you're not cooking and everything, but at the end of the day, the headaches still fall on you, right? I mean, you have a partner, but they still fall on you for that.
Anybody tells you that they do something by themselves, it's absolutely ludicrous, because it takes a team to make anything successful. Right. I don't do anything by myself. really kudos goes to all the staff in every one of our businesses that we have that give everything from themselves. You have to understand it's sacrifice. Anything we do in life, there's sacrifice. You either sacrifice today or sacrifice tomorrow. It's how much do you want to sacrifice from yourself? I mean, being in the restaurant business, we have chefs, servers, waiters, busboys, hostess,
marketing, all that
bartenders,
stuff. Yeah.
market. I mean, it's a team. We probably have just in one restaurant about 70 coworkers that run the operation, and it's a team and it's a family. It's a family. And do we do it for the financial aspect of it? It's always nice to make a profit from a business,
Right.
but we do it in a way that we're extremely the satisfaction comes from knowing that you have such an incredible team and staff that the business is able to support and create jobs and opportunities for these people, and which without these people, this restaurants wouldn't be able to stand. So
I know you had a concept for the restaurant, meaning when you said, okay, I'm going to do a rooftop, you don't just go and open a restaurant. You had a concept for it to, I wouldn't say revolutionize, but to change a little bit of the kosher restaurant industry. Meaning you wanted to give it more of a non-kosher vibe, like when you go to restaurants in Miami Beach and you have that, ambiance that for some reason, and, and I'm not knocking kosher restaurants because we only eat in kosher restaurants, but, the fact that you don't have the ambiance, you don't have that special date night with your spouse. And I feel like you did definitely create that, but how do you come up with your ideas? Like, I know you want to do another restaurant and you have other, food market that you have in Bradenton. How do you come up with the ideas? Like, what inspires you?
what inspires you? I mean,
How do you come up with the creative ideas? I mean, I know that you have creative directors in the restaurant that come up with the menu, but the whole concept of it.
You come up with great ideas by listening to people. A lot of people come up with ideas. Not many people know how to implement things. Thank God I'm blessed with very smart siblings that, when I speak to my siblings, my friends, my, associates, that, when I throw an idea, they grow on the idea, and I act like a strainer. I take what I think I can implement, and what I don't need, I
throw it
down. And with that being said, it's just that you create something that you think is going to work, an experience that you would enjoy, because nobody ever built something saying, I don't like it, but I'm sure somebody will. Right. You think of something
that you feel it lacks.
Yeah, like something that you think that I think this is going to work good. You go, and then because what happens is that then you don't think of failure, you only think of success. And that's the most important part, is always when you start anything, always there's no such thing as failure. You're going to succeed. When you have that frame of mind, you're going to succeed 99% of the time. Again, not that I'm throwing numbers, because everybody on these podcasts throw 66% do this, 66. I don't know where to come up with these numbers, but just like I just threw 99%. But for the most part, thinking
99.3%.
Thinking that you are going to succeed,
right?
You've already succeeded. So again, where do you come up with concept? You see what's missing. What would you like to do that's lacking?
Right.
What is everybody, I guess, directing to, as far as, nobody, you need entertainment, food today costs a lot of money to take your wife, to take your significant other, your family to eat at a restaurant. So why not create a little bit of an ambiance, create entertainment? I mean, that's what we need. Today we're stuck at home. We order food from home. We order clothes from home. We order everything from home. So it's important to create an atmosphere.
I mean, I think that all happened during COVID. It really it made us homebodies.
Yeah, it might have exacerbated it a little bit, but it's you have to create. I'm trying to create more of an experience than anything, but like anything, you do your best, and we appreciate that people come and enjoy, and we see the success that it has given us, and we hope to copy paste in many more places, and of course with a much cooler and newer ideas, which we have coming to South Florida.
Do you want to tell us or no? Secret, top secret.
I will tell you when the time is right on the podcast and everything, but we are planning some incredible places that will open up. that will soon be announced.
Which direction do you think you guys are going in? Do you think you're going more towards hospitality, or you're going to continue going into development of residential buildings or single family developments? Because I know you're building on Sterling.
Yeah, we go in the direction where we like certain areas, that we want to develop those areas,
Okay.
and we see opportunity in those areas. We don't chase anything. There's always opportunity. It's about finding the right opportunity and understanding what's the best thing to do and to create from that particular opportunity that somebody else didn't see or didn't make or didn't want to put the time and energy.
Might have
to
been a
make.
project, something that was for sale that
Correct. It could be
was
anything. So there's
yeah.
always a deal. There's always a opportunity. It's just about seeing what the opportunity is. But we don't chase. I'm not going to be going into bidding wars like some people, buy this, that. It's opportunities come. There's plenty of opportunities out there.
We love opportunities.
Yeah, everybody likes opportunities.
We love opportunities.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a little bit about the investment, because I know that a lot of people today, especially with the way interest rates are, where gold is today, what would you, if you needed to give somebody advice in what to invest in, what would you give me, like the top 3? Where would you put your money today?
Adi, right? That's your name, Adi. You are very, very funny, my friend. Very, very funny. I don't think anybody, I don't care how much money you have or who you are or what, have the right to tell anybody, give me the 3 things that I should do or someone should do.
But because, you know what? But there are some people that are young. They're 20 years old and they need somebody to expand their horizons. Tell them, you know what? You should invest in real estate. Start with single. You know what? A lot of real estate developers, they say start with single family homes and work your way up and flip them and whatever.
I'm going to give you the best one. Listen carefully. Okay. The best investment that you can ever do, you can ever make, is from a young person. Always keep your word. Invest in yourself. Make sure that people can count on you. Make sure that you're dependable. Make sure that you're ethical. Make sure that you're honest. Make sure to always create as many associates and friends as you can possibly. Be there for people. With a good name, anything you want to open, anything you want to do, anything you want to invest, people will drag you into because they know the character that you possess. And you'll be successful. They'll call you first,
for sure. So the opportunities will present themselves.
Correct. Because to tell you, what should I invest? What should I do? What?
I mean, with everything that's going on in the world, some people are reluctant to buy diamonds. Some people are reluctant to buy gold right now. They're saying, oh, it's high. It'll come down. I know that everything is affected by what's going on in the world.
We've been in the jewelry business,
right? I know,
for 30 years. I mean, we love the business, but 30 years. Myself, 29 years. You're a little bit younger.
I'm saying longer than that.
No, 29.
Okay,
years. But no, I'm saying me. And the thing is that, did we have a crystal ball what gold's going to be?
No.
Did we know?
No.
Can somebody come to you and say, "Do you think I should invest in gold?" Come on.
No, listen, I have clients that ask me, "Do you think I should buy a bar of gold today?"
Yeah.
I say no.
Yeah, but and gold goes now too.
Right, I get it, but
so what are you going to say? Well, it could have went down 100%. The thing is that, but
it's like the stock market, you can't predict it, but you look at trends and you see, usually when there's a super high, there's a low.
But even the real estate people, you got all these guys on the podcast, and God bless them. Respect everybody. They're doing it for the views. They're selling somebody.
Yeah, of course they're doing it for the views. They're selling somebody
a dream. Everything.
Listen, I'll tell you something. A lot of people moved to Miami, right? Especially after COVID.
Right.
Did the real estate boom? There were other people in real estate. Like, the real estate went crazy. Today, to buy something in Miami is very difficult. It's very difficult for a young couple. Mm-hmm. Majority of them rent, and even the rent is very high. Mm-hmm. So
what's your question?
So when COVID happened, there were some people in real estate that said, I see a drift coming into Miami. Let's start buying up places because it's definitely going to go up. Places, you know what? Even homes in Sunny Isles that I thought were selling for a crazy amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And today it makes sense. Like, it's never going to get to that. They totally overpaid. They didn't know today. They didn't overpay. They just saw what was going to happen.
Nobody saw anything.
You don't think so?
No, things just went up.
You think it was just pure luck?
But I can tell you how it's pure luck. If you knew that it was going to go up, you'd buy two houses, one to make money on and one to live in, and then you'd sell the one that you made money on and pay off your mortgage on the one you live in. But you didn't.
Right.
You bought the house that you can afford.
Me personally,
right.
Yes.
That's everybody. Everybody. I mean, unless you're in the real estate business, if you knew 100% that something is going up, then you'll buy two, one to make money and one to live in.
Right.
But nobody goes and says, "I'm going to buy two houses today because it's going to skyrocket." Nobody knows. All you do is you work hard and you make sure to build a sustainable business. If you're building an apartment building, you do your market research, you see exactly what makes sense as far as what rentable rents will be at that particular time. You see what your expenses are, what the cost of construction, what your cost of money. If it makes money and it makes sense and you're in a good area that you know at least, even if something drastic will happen, at least my occupancy rate will be at 90%, 85%. Can I still sustain and pay my debt service? And if the answer is yes, then you do it. If the interest rates go down to 3.5%, 4%, and you're able to turn your $50 million building into a $100 million building, God bless you.
Right.
But did you look at a crystal ball and say, yeah, that's what's going to happen? No. You just took the risk and you deserve the reward.
Well, for anybody who's looking to invest.
Am I right or wrong?
100%.
That's it. No, we're not selling investment right now. Don't sell anybody investment right now.
No, I'm not selling investment. I'm saying for anybody who's looking to invest, I said this is
fun.
No, I'm saying this is very good advice.
Yeah, I mean it's it's the only advice. I don't think anybody should tell anybody here what to do or what they think or what this or you should say, what do you think?
Right.
I mean, this is what I think. Everybody might have a different view, a different opinion. What's right, what's wrong. Some people just buy, just so you know, even if the property breaks even, but they charge their investors a management fee. So they don't care if it makes money.
Right.
So, I mean, is that right? No, but if it works for them and the investors are happy, then that's all that matters.
Right.
So there is no right and wrong. It's just what you feel comfortable, what you can look in the mirror and say, I'm happy with what I see.
Mm-hmm.
I love myself and I know what I'm doing is the right thing. That's all that matters. In life, we're going to go another 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1,000 years. And really nothing, it doesn't matter. All that matters is
you invested in yourself.
You invest in yourself. People are going to make money. People are going to lose money. It's just the way of life. Hopefully we make more than we lose. Every businessman has lost money in some, business venture.
I feel like if you didn't lose money once, it's very difficult to know how to make money again.
I agree. And we always look to see, what can we do next? What's this? No, what I'm making here is not enough. I got to do something else, which is very nice, but don't drive yourself crazy. You have to give everything that you possibly can from yourself. It's the same thing, with Jeff Bezos, or it's the same thing with Elon Musk. It's the same thing with any one of those guys. They've gave 1,000% from themselves to succeed.
Right.
They did not see failure. When people told them you're going to fail, they said it actually gave them more of a boost and made it work even harder, just to prove people wrong and for their own self-gratitude.
I always question why certain people are, difficult with me if I wanted to do something or whatever, but it's definitely God sent. Because if they weren't there, you wouldn't have a reason to push yourself and you wouldn't have a reason to say, I'm going to show you.
Give me an example.
Give you an example.
No.
I'm not
interviewing you.
I'm not going to be specific, but, even wanting to do this podcast, how many people, how many podcasts are out there? How many people talk about business? How many people talk about life? Who wants to hear another person?
Right. Yeah,
and then you say to yourself, like,
but you agree with me? Who cares?
No, 100%. But it definitely gives you that 2 cents in your mind of go do it.
Yes, there's people obviously that have different positions and make different decisions, but every day all we do is make decisions in order to make sure that every one of those projects get the same amount of attention that it deserves and moves forward and gets finalized in a timely manner. So it's but never let anybody set limitations on what you can and can't do or tell you what you can and can't do. We can
Wow.
do anything.
Yes, you can do anything.
100%.
So, thank you, Sharon from Koosh
What,
and
that's it?
Koosh Collection. Why, you want to talk more?
I mean, it's just the beginning. I mean, it took me an hour to get here.
Thank you. Did you want to say anything else?
No, let's talk some dirt about now. I'm just kidding.
Thank you so
always
much
a
for coming.
pleasure.
Yes.
Always a pleasure. We have a lot of fun here.
Yes.
And really, this is, God willing, it's going to grow to be an incredible podcast. I know it will.
You know what?
I know it will.
I have to tell you something. I was on the phone with somebody on my way here with a client, and she was telling me a story about, I don't want to bring up, negative things, but, family members passed away, whatever, and that she needs to sell her gold and she wants to come see me. And I said, okay. And she goes, by the way, I've seen all of your podcast videos and all of the content that you're making, and I love it. And, it's great. And I told her, I said, yeah, you know what? I said, listen, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. And I wanted to go to medical school, and that was my biggest dream. I did pre-med. I finished in 2 years. And my dad said to me, why don't you take a little break, come work with us for a while, and then continue with med school? And I said, okay, fine, because, we're very family oriented. We love to be together. And I literally had 2 years of hardly seeing my family from being at school for 12 hours a day. And I never went back to school. And I went into the jewelry business, and probably at least once or twice a year, I would have nightmares that I'm going to school and that I don't make it to class. And it would drive me nuts. Like,
we all had those nightmares.
And I always ask myself, like, why didn't I continue? Maybe I should have gone back to school. Maybe it's not too late to go back to school, because I always had this inner voice of me wanting to help people. Like, I like to help people, whether it's have conversations. If anybody asks me to do them a favor, I'm the first one to raise my hand.
First one.
So
God bless you. I don't even know how you have enough time in a day in order to do what you do.
But so I said to myself, I'm like, I really wanted to help people, and I'm not doing it through the jewelry business. I mean, I'm putting people in debt through the jewelry business. I'm not helping them.
Getting them engaged.
I'm getting them engaged. Okay, fine. Yeah. And then you got to tell the guy, what's the price? How much do I normally need to spend on an engagement ring? About 3 months salary, what do you tell him? Anyhow, but I asked myself, where am I going with this? And then this whole marketing came about, and the podcast, and people contacted me. Oh, I like the way you're creating your content for your store. Can you help me create for my business? And then we did the podcast, and I said to myself, this is my way to help people.
Yeah.
Whether it's to spread information that can help somebody else grow. So I might have thought that I wanted to be a doctor, and that was my way of helping people, but God directs you in ways that, that wasn't my destination. This was my destination. It just, the journey.
No question.
It's a little different.
Most important, you're having fun.
I'm having a blast.
That's it.
A blast.
It's all about having fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Take the stress off your shoulders.
For sure.
Enjoy. Life's too short.
Absolutely.
That's
thank you.
One.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Love you.
You're the best. I have to tell you, I have to drag him in here to come in for conversation. So
yes.
Thank you, Sharon from Koosh and Koosh Collection.
You know how long I haven't worn this black shirt?
Tell him to take off his dusty shirt.
It doesn't even fit me anymore. Since I'm 16 years old.
I'm your host, Adi Bakneen, and we'll see you guys in our next episode.
Thank you.